1% better every day!
I'm trying to make sure we good, motherfucker.
Straight as arrow, man.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Shondo Blaze, and I'm here with my man
Melly Mel. Process the mail. You know, we doing it big. We doing big things over here.
And my nigga
CJ winning. You know what I'm saying? How you doing?
this weekend. Hey, people, this is the 1% Better Everyday Podcast, episode 11. Damn, 11.
That's crazy. We on 11. Like we started quick and just kept running.
Yeah.
Like we tell them all the time, man, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. You did. Right. My bad. We here with the one and only James St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Secure Raiders legacy with the Queen's Child Project. You know what I'm saying? Why you tripping up, nigga? You look like the nigga running through Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? When he trying to blow off steam.
Yeah. You remember that?
When AUSA Valdez be bullshit. Yeah, shit. You know. So anyway, god damn,
So
bro.
it was Monday, right?
Ooh,
So what y'all boys I got into, man?
Ooh, I done got into it. Man, you talking about the weekend?
Yeah, what y'all doing on the weekend?
How long has it been since I seen you niggas? It been about
a good week.
Yeah,
a week.
Been about a
We
week.
worked out because we went to the gym.
When we worked, that was Saturday before. Did we do a pod after that? I don't remember.
I don't think so. Did we? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
did.
We feel like two, but we only did one.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So yeah, we saw you boys about a week.
Yeah.
So it's been about a week.
About a week.
All right. So throughout the week, it's been a bunch of stuff done. So the jabber. So one of the big things on that is that the margins was killing me on that motherfucker, like the shipping of it. So what I was able to do is I went to my patent attorney and I changed some stuff with the design to like make it smaller, lighter, and all that type of shit.
Okay.
So I shaved off like a third of the cost to produce it, as well as now to ship it only cost me a third of what it cost
so that's
before.
all
Around, you know what I mean? Don't sell money for. So it was that was a big thing, bro. Cause like the way it was designed, I liked it, but it was just a little bulky.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now it's smaller, cause you know everything is about like being a minimalist now.
Right.
We make fun of that James St. Patrick shit, but I think what made the motherfucker so fly was that it was like it was just minimal, just like
that's what I like, bro.
Yeah, he ain't have a lot of drag.
Clean lines and I like monochromatic.
Like
solid colors.
Yeah. It was just that motherfucker was good. They had 50 did amazing things.
It really was the aesthetics and everything.
Yeah, like he was just you know what I mean? No extra, So. But anyway, so that was one of the big things that happened this week. I was able to trim down the design of the jabber and then also able to take down the shipping cost of it. And the cool part about it is that the design that I came up with now was already within the patent that I already have.
Okay.
So like when you have something patented, like this right here is not just a microphone that's patented, or even if they do, they probably don't have a patent on this. But if it was a certain type, you have to have patents on a bunch of different pieces. Every different stuff inside of it. So like the patent that I have for the jabber probably has 20. I think it has 25 patents within the one patent of different renditions that you know what I mean, to make sure people don't knock off the other renditions of it.
Right.
So I was able to switch and pivot to another one. And then when we did it, I talked to the guys that we get the supplies from. They were like, "Oh yeah, man, if you do that, you're shaving X amount off of there." And it was like, "Oh,
do it, let's go."
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what jumped for me this week. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Millie? Man, what you get into?
Man, so did a little bit of editing for the podcast.
Okay.
But more than that,
you looking good, by the way, bro.
Appreciate it. I'm trying to get better a little bit every time.
Like the way you hit the angles and the transitions is like
the transitions was
I'm trying, and I'm doing it. That's the fact. So getting better every episode. So I appreciate the love, but did a lot of whiteboarding. Talked to some manufacturers, trying to get my line together, trying to get the right inventory shipped over, get some samples sent over. So talking to a bunch of manufacturers overseas, whiteboarding, trying to make sure that I do stuff in a timely order and which order I want to get stuff done. So just making sure that I'm staying on track.
Let me ask you a quick question. With that, what's one of the most difficult parts of it? Is like the actual manufacture, like the mixing of the actual scents themselves, or is the consistency of the wax. Like what about that process is like not the one that gets you hung up, but like the one that you have to spend the most time on getting that shit right?
For me, I think it's two things you have to spend your most time on. One is finding the vessels that you want.
What is
the vessels will be the jars, the candle jars that you want. So whatever you want to put your candles in, that vessel, that jar, picking the one that you like. Once you found the one that you like, you know you can get it consistently and it can meet the demands of your customers when they start to flow in. Then that's when you start to test. So when you in the candle industry and you start doing your research on how to build the right candle with the right scent, it's a lot of testing that goes on. Yeah. So, and why it's so important that you got to pick your vessel first, you got to pick your candle jar first, is because what you put, like how much wax you put in, changes the dynamic, how it's going to smell up the room.
That's
how much wax, like the percentage. Like, is it 8%? Is it 10%? Is it 12%? So it's a lot of formula, trial and error, because then once you do that, then you got to figure out, okay, what size wick am I using? Is the flame too big? Is it too low? So there's a lot of testing, but before you can get to the testing, you have to find the right vessel, because the vessel is going to change everything.
One more quick. So with the vessel, does the smell change? Like, so say for instance, like if I got it in glass versus the metal that you had, is there anything different that you have to do to the mixture because it's in a glass vessel versus like a metal?
Yes,
like
all those things. Mm-hmm. Because in order for you to walk into a room when the candle's been lit for like an hour and be like, oh, that smells good.
Yeah.
In a metal vessel, in a metal jar, let's say the fragrance is only at 8%. But in a ceramic jar, in order to get that same, it needs to be at 11%. So you have to test every single way. So once you get your vessel, it's like, okay, I got to test it at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I got to be able to, what does it smell like when it's cold and you didn't light it yet? What does it smell like when it's hot and it's been on for a couple hours? Which wick do you have to use? So there's a lot of testing. I'm not rushing any parts of this process, but I want to continue to move every step of the way. So instead of me getting stagnant, like, oh, I don't want to work on it today, every day I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
But to answer your question in short, it's two parts. It's the vessel and then the testing.
Okay.
Once you get that, then you good to go. You got your formula.
That's live, bro. Like, if y'all are looking at this, like, just when you look at a candle, you just think of a candle. Just like when I was talking about the stuff with the Javelin, when people think of they don't, like, it's a bunch of little intricacies that go into producing stuff. Like when you purchase something from the store, they may have shaved just a little piece off of that motherfucker that may only be you look at something, be like, dang, this used to have a little handle on it or something like that. By not putting that handle on there,
there's a reason for that,
bro. They may save $10 million over the course of the year.
They get 10 cents off each handle.
Think about the gallon waters that have just the strap on there,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Versus the actual handle in there, like that little bitty shit.
It's a reason why.
It's a reason
for manufacturing. Think about, even to your point. Think about when you buy a 24 case of water.
Yeah.
Call it maybe 10, 12, 20 years ago. I couldn't remember because I don't remember when it happened. But there used to be a little cardboard
thing underneath.
Now it's not like that anymore. Now these bottles are intertwined and shrink wrap real tight. So there's no need for that cardboard at the bottom.
For the support,
And I picked up on that a long time ago, but every little thing counts.
And I guarantee you that saved them millions of dollars over the course of the year.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
So we're just saying this type shit like to get y'all's minds open to understand, like, bro, if you really want to be in this game, you gotta eat, sleep, and shit this stuff. Like all that little stuff. It's not just, oh, I want to make a candle. Oh, I want to make a little boxing deal. Oh, I want to, you know what I mean? I want to make products and stuff like that in the fitness and industry. You have to be in it, like in it, every process of it, and love every process of it.
That's right that you're talking about how you refine, because that's what I had to do over the last week. Like, because I put myself in a position where I really had to examine what my margins and what I was doing, what she was doing, and like
they wasn't coming back right.
It wasn't coming back right, but see, because I had other income supplementing and coming in, so it's almost like that was just like extra money, and I was just like, whatever.
You weren't paying attention to the margins. That's how I ain't gonna lie. That's how I was like that a little bit too. I wasn't tripping on the fact that the shipping was in,
because I was like, it was
all profit, so it was like,
I don't care. But once I downloaded it, so I had to go back and really like clean up stuff and like I'm trying to dial in with my customers. And
Right.
Like, okay, let me. Hold up. Like, I was getting kind of
right.
I'm gonna be honest. I
Right.
was getting comfortable. I was winning, so I was like,
right.
I'm winning.
But you could be winning more.
I could be winning more.
Absolutely.
You could be winning more. Yeah.
Like, when I sat down and I was doing numbers, I was just like,
yeah. What did you? So what did you eliminate something? Did you streamline the process?
I streamlined the process.
Okay.
And was just more active on the things that needed to, the things that are little that you don't really concentrate on because you're so worried about trying to get the money at the end.
How much you saving?
I mean, well,
like percentage wise,
I'm like saving is not really that. It's just I wasn't maxing out my capacity.
Well, excuse me, I apologize. I didn't mean saving because I was thinking about the manufacturing process.
Right.
How much at the end of everything? How much are you seeing on top of what you were seeing before because of whatever changes you made?
I mean, shit, it's probably gonna like triple up.
So you gonna triple what the fuck was you doing before?
Yeah, I know.
You were just sloppy with it.
Like I realized I never even used maybe 30% of my full capacity at any time. So I've never even gotten 100% maximized.
Production. But to be honest, that's how.
Like, when I think about that compounded over time,
but that's how
left on the table.
But bro, but don't be upset though, because to be honest with you, that's how it's gonna be. Like, think about like what the computers used to be. Now we weren't born, but. Computers used to be damn near the size of this whole fucking room.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like $80,000, you know what I'm saying? For all this shit that came down to one screen that a motherfucker. So it's you got
niggas was putting cards and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta go from that right there to wherever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So I mean that's you at least nigga you examined it to see where you had to streamline.
You definitely have to be dialed in, man. Shout out, because another thing that I did this weekend that still was in that business thing. I did a lot of research, and you know one thing I like about podcasts is that you're not afraid to shout out other things that you see or other podcasts or other stuff like that. Which is good. So I was doing some research, and shout out to Earn Your Leisure. So I was on there looking at Earn Your Leisure, and I was just Googling trying to get a better understanding of business and business credit. And that was important to me because I'm like, okay, as I'm continue to try to grow different businesses that I have and LLCs that we talked about a couple of episodes ago.
Hope you got yours. Stop bullshitting.
But I was learning more about business credit and how that's different from obviously personal credit.
Right.
But how sometimes people in business are using their PG, their personal guarantee, their social security number on their business line, but you're not really using business credit.
Right.
So I was doing some research on how to establish business credit. How do you use it? And sometimes it's not, depending on what state you're in. So it's not always as easy as getting the LLC, getting a bank account, getting your tax ID number, and now you have business credit. Sometimes there's multiple steps that need to go into that. Like you have to make sure you have a business address that's not your home address. You have to have a business phone number that's not your phone number. Depending on what state you are, you may have to get your name published in a newspaper by the county 2 different times in order for you. And then it may take another 6 months of establishing different things and trade lines. So I was doing a lot of research just about business. My wife was out with some girlfriends at a restaurant. I'm at the home. Drinking on some makers, had a little whiskey, whiteboard. Hey, I wish I had stock. I mean, I wish I could, but I wish early on I had stock in YouTube because YouTube is, to me, is the greatest thing because you can learn any and everything you need to know.
Bro.
I think as long as they don't start, I love YouTube. Like I told you, like YouTube, I ain't gonna be dramatic, but it kind of saved my life a little bit. It kind of saved my mind state. Cause it took me down many rabbit holes and opened my process up. I learned more about myself from seeing other people who kind of thought like me, but I just couldn't define what it was. To see other people talking about it, I'm like, oh.
That's what that is.
I'm saying? The algorithm be dialed in, so it's trying to like peep what you want. Kind of lead you to little like olive branches and stuff.
I don't want to cut you off. That's why we said way episodes and episodes ago, whatever you are consuming, if you consuming bullshit, the algorithm's just gonna work in your favor to throw more bullshit to you. If you talking about this shit like self-discovery, self-improvement shit, business stuff, like if you're looking for that stuff, it's gonna throw you more of that shit. So don't complain about what you consistently being fed if you set out to eat bullshit in the first place. You can't set out to eat bullshit and then hopefully it's gonna feed you other stuff that's more wholesome than what you set out for.
But what I was gonna say about that is, like YouTube, like I said, it's great, but what I'm seeing is like they kind of starting to manipulate the content and censor some stuff, or like kind of put the algorithm to where like if it's kind of against a certain ideology, they ain't putting it out there.
But they already been doing that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but you know, it's just, I'm only noticing because a lot of stuff I'm tending towards, it's kind of like,
But let me,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
bro,
so I get that, but
me,
I'm so into like just business and
right.
I almost use YouTube as Google as a search engine.
Right.
Instead of going to Google, like I go to YouTube and type what I'm looking for.
Because you want to see the
video.
They both the same. They both tied in. So you notice everything you type in on Google is popping on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So the stuff has already been censored anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I never forget where I was telling somebody, I had asked Siri one day, and I was like, hey, I said, ask your phone this. And I was like, ask him how tall Bruce Jenner is. Yeah. And so they asked the phone, and the phone was like, Caitlyn Jenner is. Like, the phone already changed it up for you. Yeah. Like, no. We're not going to disrespect it with what it used to be. Yeah. The new shit is this. Yeah. So the whole thing is that this shit already censored. Like, so I'm not... To argue that would be a moot point, my nigga, because all this shit censored. Facebook, YouTube, all this shit censored.
And I'm glad you said that. It's already censored. I'm not fighting. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. I don't care about what the rules of the game are. Let me know what the rules are so I can maximize and win. Exactly. Yeah. If that's the rule, that's the rule.
But I'm saying, I feel you on that, but I don't agree with that at all.
But you
not with that at all. Because I'm more of a free thought type of person. Because that's how I was.
You burning your energy though.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that as far as like getting money and nothing like that.
No. But I'm saying you burning your energy, saying that you don't agree with that. Because the whole thing is that it don't. In this game, it don't
like I am.
But it don't matter. It don't matter if you.
It's a mental, spiritual type thing. It ain't something that's. It ain't just about bread or just about. It's about slippery slopes and knowing history.
But you missing what I'm saying. You missing what I'm saying.
It's slippery.
But the whole thing is that if you're not in the room to make the decision, you just spinning your wheels, even talking about being upset.
But you're not even aware of decision being made because
But you are aware of the situation if what you actually out there consuming and want to consume is stuff that's above board. Yeah. When you go, I'm just telling you.
Above what board? Now, who decides what the height of the board? Above what board?
When you want your life to be above board, my nigga, then your information that's presented to you will be above board information. Facts. Like I'm just telling.
I'm not understanding the colloquialism of above board.
Above board. You talking about as far as what?
Like, what does it mean?
What does it mean to you, or what does it mean to me?
What does it mean to you? Like when you saying it, like if like information you're consuming above board.
Above board means that everything that I'm consuming is things that if it was duplicated for my life, I would not have a problem with it. So if I'm watching motherfuckers that's broke all day, is that something that I would want to be repeated and actualized in my life? So that's
but that can only be applied in like something tangible. What I'm talking about is not tangible.
What you talking about? If I'm looking at bitches getting fights all day, is that something?
That's low level. See what you're talking about is like carnal shit.
So what's low level?
You're talking about carnality.
So what's low level?
I'm not talking about carnality.
So what you talking about?
I'm talking about spirituality and mentality.
So spirituality is actually put forth and set forth by who? The individual, right? And what they consume.
Okay, but also spiritually, I was in a different place because mentally I was downgraded, right? But from having
who downgraded you?
Let me finish though, bro, so I can tell you. Feel me? So mentally, I was in a lower place, but I wasn't aware of the lower place until I was exposed to a different thing that resonated with me spiritually. Like mentally, I was lower, but I couldn't identify what my flaws were until I saw something manifested in front of me that identified me, but it was on a higher level. You feel me? But I couldn't acquire the higher level without being exposed to it.
But let me ask you.
So hold up. So what I'm talking about is exposure. Like if things are censored, you're not exposed to it.
So whose fault is it?
That's what I'm talking about.
So it's all your knowledge don't come from YouTube?
I'm saying no, it's not. But I'm saying though,
so what you
if
talking
it's
about?
The number one, if we talking about so great and it's a resource, like we're saying, we put our stuff on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if some disagree with what we're saying, like if the algorithm was like, okay, I like what the 1% saying, but this 99% thing, I don't think y'all should see that because it's not relevant to what they're talking about. So I'm saying they're talking about being on a higher level, but these people are talking about being on a lower level. So I'm a shadow ban that lower level because I feel like What they're talking about is a higher level. But see, that's a discredit because you can't automatically assume that the person that you're talking about is a lower level because you can learn something from everybody. So you can understand a mentality or a mind state, and you might not agree with it, but you can understand the dialect and what they're talking about, and you can understand the humanity in it, and maybe you can grow yourself.
So then if that's the case, then you need to look for outer information that's going to give you whatever you're talking about.
But see, that's the fundamental problem with what I'm talking about. If some of the information is omitted, you can't get it.
But the
like
thing
you can
is,
seek it, you can feel like it's there. But
let me ask you something.
You're consuming, you're just feeding you back what
you played sports before. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you understand that if I created a game over here,
right.
I created the game however the fuck I want to create it.
Right.
So if you come play the game, you mad at me because of the rules that I created for the game that I made over here that you don't have to consume.
Right, but see,
you don't have to look at YouTube.
What they doing is like, yeah, but if
you
buy out, if
you don't have to look
at
YouTube.
See, that's why they have things about monopolies and shit like that. You feel me?
But that's my thing. But I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga with a monopolistic mindset. If it was back then, my nigga, I would be like a nigga that's like J.D. Rockefeller that would monopolize my shit till you stopped it.
Yeah, but that's true. But when you monopolize free thought, but you can't monopolize free thought.
How can you? But you saying free thought, my nigga, like you can't have this convo with me.
But it's a free. Hold
on. But let me ask you a question. Is the conversation we having right now just as powerful as if you went on YouTube?
No, because see, if a tree fall in the forest and nobody around to hear it, don't.
But my nigga, if you're
if a tree falling in the forest, it ain't gonna matter. So we're talking about matters.
So you're saying, so what if you
other people?
So what if you stop looking at YouTube?
What you mean if I stop looking at?
I'm saying, what if YouTube's no longer a resource for you? If you say
that could be, but
okay.
But I'm still. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. So what? You lose access to all the information.
You don't lose access to anything because you can go out and actually try to learn it on your own.
You can, but I mean, it's like like walking when you know cars exist, but you don't want to get in a car because it's.
But it's nigga, there's plenty of people by my crib in LA that choose to walk.
Yeah, but
my thing is that my nigga,
they gotta hop on a plane and go to Texas. But
my nigga, my thing is that you have some people that have hitchhiked damn near to Texas.
I'm not trying to hitchhike to Texas. I'm trying to get on the plane and get to that bitch.
But what I'm saying, my nigga, is that if you talking about a platform that somebody else created, you're gonna always be spinning your wheels about how they running it.
That's not my point. See, what you talking about is just like 1 and 0.
What you mean?
I'm not talking about, if I'm on a platform, I just gotta accept. I'm just saying it's an overall thing that's happening on all social media. Some things, if it's from a certain side, it gets omitted.
So I
feel like that's not right. Okay, I mean that's like saying,
but I'm saying you mad? Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
That's how you can.
Then don't do it.
You can do that about anything.
You spinning your wheels. You burning calories at something.
You can say that about anything, but you
like what?
Everything is
tell me something that if it ain't done right, I can't have an option to do something different.
It's pointless.
Tell me about something that I can't have an option to do something.
Just say, well, don't do it. That's pointless.
Or change the game plan.
I see
something different and change the game plan.
I understand both arguments. But for me, it's like, I hear what you're saying. Like, okay, if I'm looking at one thing and y'all not showing me one thing because the algorithms are blocking me from seeing that.
Man.
Well, the thing is, for me, it's like, yes, if that's the game, that's always going to be the game. One, I'm not going to argue it. But two, at the same time, there's always a way for you to kind of see it. Rather type it in different or research it or go to the library and read a book and get the information that way.
But the power's in your hands, though.
The power's always going to be in your hands.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not
my nigga. So okay. So if you're upset about it,
I'm not being upset, bro.
If you're literally
just talking about because you not understanding, like you
I don't have
to all to 0.
Because my thing is that
life work, bro. That ain't how life.
How does life work?
It don't work like that. It ain't gray. It ain't black and white. It's gray in it.
So you saying
when you omit the gray, and make it black and white, then everything become black and white.
Because
and that's negative or positive.
Okay.
It's not about good. It's not about bad. It's about black and white. That's not how life works, bro.
So my question to you is that if you have a problem with it, then how would you change it?
By expressing my viewpoints like I'm doing right now.
And then and
making people aware of it.
Right.
But if they omit it, then I just gotta get it out louder. But that doesn't mean, accept it because that's the game. Fuck that.
You saying that making it aware is now making these people aware of it. Did you find
if more people
Did you find what you were looking for?
It's not about me finding
I'm asking you, when you looked on YouTube, did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, because
let me ask you this, and then it also leads you down other areas that you didn't already think about yourself because it thought for you. I'm just saying. I'm saying.
I'm the type of person I'm the type of person who read like comments.
No.
Hold on, let me figure. Let me tell you.
But my nigga, I was talking and you start talking.
But you always.
But my nigga, all I'm saying is this: if you looked at a certain video and it led you to another video this video you didn't pick. It thought for you and led you there.
No,
you just said
sometimes the algorithm work like that, but sometimes if you're a person who like to read comments, people will lead you down rabbit holes. They be like, man, if y'all like this, da 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 da. But that's because I'm reading comments. But it's not like the algorithm sought me out and said, hey man, you should see this. Then you might go to somebody, man, only got like 10, 15 subscribers or something. They're not getting a whole bunch of people shooting to their shit because they might be on their shadow ban or something. It's like a technocracy, bro. Like, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, bro. It's a book like 1984. It's a technocracy, bro. When you control information, you control people, bro. That's all I'm talking about. It's not just, if you don't like the game, don't play it. Nah, nigga, you gotta make niggas aware of the rules. If the rules are shady, like...
So who gonna make you aware of the rules?
Niggas like me who looking at the rule book. If you just at the end of the game, but they didn't change the whole rules.
And so then what you gonna do?
I'm like, so then what you gonna do? Nigga, you know, that's been a 3-point shot. While you shooting that long shot, you only getting 2 for it. It should have been a 3. Okay, so then if everybody start complaining, so you be like, hey man, y'all only giving us 2 points. Then everybody gonna get their 3s.
How they gonna get it? How they gonna get it?
Because they gonna be like, we can't hold the rule over their head, so everybody gonna either leave or not trust what we showing them.
My nigga,
but you gotta make them aware that they're not being like
if you have not understood to this point,
what you say though? What you just said? They're a juggernaut though, right?
But that's what the game is.
It's a juggernaut.
That's what the game. My nigga, what does Amazon make most of their money off of?
What?
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
The fact that they hold servers that has a lot of government information and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how they all make their money. Like Facebook make money off trading your information. That's how they all make their money. Information.
Okay. Right. So what I'm saying is that when you start moving up the levels of it, right? You start talking about stuff that's more than just whatever the platform is. You talking about censorship and all that shit. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, the human being is also more powerful than the machine. You could choose not to, just how people get on social media and be like, hey, my nigga, I'm about to take a break from this shit.
That's not true, bro. Socialism and communism in the 1900s.
My nigga, I'm talking about
you. That's what all it was. When they control information, people become sheep and they get hurted in a certain
What the fuck you think people are now? What the fuck you think people are now?
Telling niggas, hey, y'all going to the slaughter, bro.
And guess what? And guess where they gonna continue to go?
Hey, it's the game. That's the game. We gotta go this way. That's the game.
Hold on. You saw what just happened right now with COVID, right? Now ask me, how many niggas gonna go out and start businesses even though that they saw that their dollars were controlled by another motherfucker? They saw it right now. There's businesses closed right now. You've been seen and put in your face, not yours necessarily, but people have seen and been put in their face that this could be taken from you at any time. How many of those people do you think, even after feeling the fire and getting burned, are gonna go out there and make the necessary changes so that it don't happen again? What's the percentage? What's the percentage you would say?
It only takes 20% though.
It's good, 80%.
It's the Pareto principle. 20% of people do 80% of the work. I don't need everybody to fuck with it. I just need the 20% of niggas who gonna elevate to come with me. That's it. I don't need everybody to be on the way.
But my nigga, if niggas elevate, bro, then they're not manipulated or pushed by any social media.
But you gotta know where to cut the puppet string.
My nigga, you talk, but you keep talking about what's happening. My nigga, to me, you talked about in the beginning about a victim's mentality, and that's what you had before. When I'm listening to you talk now, you keep saying what information is doing to you. You don't have to be on YouTube. You can read everything in a real book, or you can get on other platforms.
You're still reducing it, bro. Like I'm
not reducing shit, nigga. I'm not reducing shit.
I'm not
my nigga. I'm not mad at
YouTube. I'm not saying YouTube is a terrible thing. Blah blah blah.
I didn't say you did.
I already said
you said
it's good. Okay. I'm not gonna stop watching YouTube because it bans certain information. I don't let niggas know.
So then, what you talking about?
Making niggas know they're banning.
So once they know that, what they do with that?
They can have that knowledge and be like, I can try to seek harder. Maybe I can try to look at alternative information.
Nigga, if you didn't already have that in you, you wasn't gonna do it no fucking way.
You gotta make a nigga aware. You can't say if you never. Then I would
still be at the bottom. What you gonna make a nigga aware from?
Like that. Like
what you gonna make it aware from?
So I can never.
And why did you come up? And why did you come up?
Because I changed my mentality and I sought the information.
Okay, so why a nigga can't seek the information like this?
I was exposed to it by another person. I didn't.
So you said
somebody else exposed me to it. Somebody I was working out with because I was already.
So this is a face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, and the nigga told me, "Hey, look at this nigga." He said, "Look at me, look at this dude on YouTube." I started looking at him on YouTube, and then the algorithm sent me other people. I started watching them, but as their opinions became more controversial, they would get shadow banned. So you know how you see people subscribers going up, and then they'll be they be like, "Hey man, they got me."
It's the same thing with firearms on Instagram.
They take my videos down. They'll do this and do that. So, but see, I'm already a nigga who is in it. So the shadow ban ain't mean nothing to me because I know where you at. Mm-hmm. But other people who come up behind me, if they ain't got somebody like me telling you, hey, seek this person out like somebody told me, they ain't gonna know about the information. So that's what I mean.
So what? So then what?
I'm just trying to let niggas be aware of it.
But it's no problem with you spreading information. But nigga, you mad and shit about
I'm not mad, bro. You just yelling and
you mad, nigga, because you talking about, bro. You mad about what you talking about what YouTube doing, bro? You on their platform.
Just explaining it, bro.
Bro, you on that, but you on their platform, my nigga. You on their platform, bro. Are you not?
So I can't complain.
So I
can't make it.
What does it do?
It make.
What the fuck does complaining do? That's what I'm saying. My nigga, what the fuck does that do? Because no matter what you saying, if someone's getting shadow banned or pushed over here because of views and shit like that, you can verbally tell niggas what it is.
Right.
Okay? And the rest of the information they can get on YouTube. But you complaining.
That's what I just said. I'm making them aware. That's what I just said. I'm making them aware, and I can get.
I don't have what I said. But my nigga, you said you don't agree with the censorship, and I'm saying
I don't.
But that's a moot point, is what I'm saying.
No, it's not, nigga. I'm making
How is it not?
Because it's how I fucking feel in my opinion.
I'm talking about the fucking. I'm talking about the platform.
On the podcast, I was doing it telling our opinions.
My nigga, I'm talking about the platform, bro.
I'm making niggas aware of the platform. What you talking about?
Bro,
so then maybe I can tell you later. Hey, I know alternative platforms because I fuck with like ThinkSpot, who created by Jordan Peterson. Because I'm not cool with them shadow banning on YouTube. See, but I know that though. So I can give you. It's not like I'm just complaining. I can tell you something else though. I just told him.
Well, always give it to him. After this, you wanna. After this, you wanna fight.
I can.
After this, you wanna fight for real? Okay, me and this nigga gonna fight after this. Cause this nigga don't understand. I don't give a fuck either way.
I don't give a fuck either. Like nigga, win.
I don't give a fuck either way. This nigga said, I don't give a fuck about what YouTube do and none of them niggas do. Cause the whole thing is that if the information is out there and you trying to get the information, go get the information. That's it. The same way niggas get on YouTube, same way niggas read books, same way niggas do whatever. All I'm saying is that I'm all about the path of least resistance. I'm not finna put more shit on myself or my mental being upset about no platform.
I'm about the resistance.
When the whole thing.
I'm all about resistance.
Be about it. Be about resistance. Be about that. Burn them calories about that. All I'm saying is that I'm just all about the actual game.
I love YouTube because I can get on there.
I love it too.
And research.
I learn how to fight on YouTube.
I'm looking forward.
Right.
From a business standpoint. But I get what both of y'all are saying, and it's entertaining for me to sit here and listen to both of you guys go back and forth about it.
He talking about don't fight, that ain't intellectual. I wasn't trying to fight this nigga for real.
You act like what you want to fight for real?
Look, he flustered. I don't care either way is what I'm saying. You talking about censorship, and all I'm saying is that if you feel something being censored, then let niggas know. Face to face and so. But this is YouTube. Hold on, but this is YouTube.
So what niggas do that all the time on YouTube, they tell them like the niggas who
but this YouTube.
Niggas, I'm getting shadow banned. But this is not the only place they gonna hear it, right? We on Spotify, we on Apple, we on
okay.
So they gonna hear it other places.
So these are all other big platforms. These is all other big platforms, right?
Tell them where we at again. Hey, CJ, Apple, YouTube, Google. Amazon.
Yeah, Anchor.
Oh no, I don't think we on there yet. I gotta look into that.
We're not on Amazon.
We gotta get on that. We on Anchor.
I thought it started on Anchor.
Started with Anchor.
But Anchor.
And it's branded
Apple.
What else? YouTube.
YouTube.
And so we ain't bringing up YouTube no more.
Hey, okay, we not finna fight. He wanna fight. Who made YouTube?
The Alphabet niggas.
Who made YouTube?
The Alphabet Inc. niggas.
The Alphabet Inc. niggas. Cause this some secret society shit.
Nah, these niggas are on Google, but it's called the Alphabet.
No. I'm talking about are they called the Alphabet people by like niggas in the shadow world?
No. I mean the Alphabet Inc. Like that's a technical name.
He wanna make sure he keep getting his shadow world information, niggas. Right. Y'all niggas don't cut them videos out, nigga.
They say we'll get shadow world information.
Y'all keep giving my nigga his info, bro, cause that nigga over here like.
Nah, but
he trying to chop me in the neck, nigga.
We'll talk though. We might have to edit that because I don't know if they gonna shadow ban us for saying some of that shit though.
No, nigga. No, it's up there now. It's up there now.
The word heard shadow ban is already in the system, bro.
That's the that's the whole fucking thing. Shadow ban, nigga.
Yeah,
I know.
We some shadow ban shirts.
So if you don't hear from us at all on YouTube,
the 1% better, nigga. Hey, don't look at that shit. It's nigga. So now you didn't fuck the algorithm up, bitch.
I did.
always.
So now we talking about it, fucked up the whole album.
So now we getting buried on page 37. Cause
they gonna say everything 1%. They gonna put everything 1% before. Cause he say fat milk. Cause say almond milk.
Cause he done made us aware of the alphabet boy.
Alphabet boy.
God damn.
The League of Shadows.
This nigga here, man. The League of Shadows.
Man, what the podcast is about? Man, we just started talking about government control and socialism and shit.
30, 40 minutes in. What we talking about?
I'm just
we could already start it.
We'll stop it up. But I like that. I like the heated conversations.
I like witnessing.
Because he's passionate about it. I'm passionate about it too, but I'm poking him a little. I'm really trying to poke the bear a little bit.
Like this on good content.
Right. But I still believe what I'm saying. And he still believes what he's saying. And that's the cool part about it, my nigga. Like you have conversations, he thinks a certain way. It's not that I don't think it's bad. Like he may think it's bad. it's just about what we choose.
Yeah, what can you do with it anyway?
Right. So he wants to say, hey, look, this is what the fuck it is, and I respect that. I respect niggas with a position. And for me, I'm like, look, I'm looking at the game, and I'm not finna burn energy on that part because you still finna be looking at YouTube any fucking way. Yeah. So anyway, that's that, and I hope you guys will entertain. Cause my nigga he really wanna beat me up, so I'm finna hurry to get the fuck up out of here for my nigga to get hold of me, bro. So, but I said it because I knew that'd turn him up quicker. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Bitch,
I'm a professional fighter. So I already know it.
Did I say that?
You know what's up, bro? I already know it, nigga. Like Mike Tyson, like, okay, what you gonna do?
What he do, my nigga Brucey?
Nigga, I'ma die. Fuck you.
Hey,
gotta go.
I want y'all to comment. Is he the reddest he's ever been in any of these? I just looking over here, my nigga was like,
light skin came out.
But I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
We gonna put a little meat on the side.
My heart rate got up a little bit. I said, damn, my nigga finna swing. I gotta get with it.
I'll put it on there.
Yeah, I know a nigga. Okay, so what you gonna do? Can you whoop me though?
No, I didn't even say that. I didn't even say that.
Fuck all that though. Fuck the algorithm. Can you? That's what I say. Okay, fuck all that. Mine.
But that's what he said. My nigga was like, nigga, fuck that.
No, you smart, nigga.
Then he did his hands like this and he's like, no, what the fuck, nigga? What the fuck, nigga?
He's like, you a smarty guard.
Damn.
But let me ask you this. Kick my ass. Damn.
Alright, that was funny as fuck. The topic of today's podcast, though, fuck, bro, is you could have been started. Just like we could have been started. Hey,
we wasted all that energy on shit that didn't matter.
Hey, see, and that's why I told him, burning calories for no reason. But look, the whole thing is that you could have been started. It's a bunch of shit, even in our own lives, like that we're talking about currently, that it's like, you gotta start it. Like, you know what I mean? It's a dope, y'all probably heard this phrase before, but it's, you don't have to be great to start, but you gotta start to be great.
Yeah.
You heard that before?
I never heard it quite like that.
But it was simple, but it was like, that shit was thought.
Yeah.
That shit was thought. Like, you don't have to be great to start. You know who I fuck with?
I heard another one too.
What you heard?
The other one that I heard, you might have heard this one too, is hard work beats out talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
I like that.
Along the same line, but that's another.
I like
that
that.
one.
I've always liked that one.
As an athlete, you know, coach, you burnt that hoe up
for real, huh?
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's real talk. Just think about it in business. Obviously, as an athlete,
no. That's
anything you heard when you was playing sports,
that's true.
Applies to business and work.
That's
but when you really think about that, you like, bro, you don't have. You can outwork.
Yeah,
you can outwork a lot of people.
That has more talent, though.
Bro, you know who I fuck with, dog? That nigga Gucci Mane, nigga. Listen, not this. I like the songs,
but he
go. What is he on? I think that nigga on like his 25th app, like some crazy shit. Bro, when that nigga talk and the way that nigga talk about it, bro, that's why I fuck with it. He was like,
I don't give a fuck. Like, put the song out. Like, I don't like.
He put it all out.
Put it out. Like, put it out. You gonna have the ones that you like and the ones you don't like. He was like, but put them bitches out there. I thought that shit was thrown as fuck.
Yeah, me too. I like that too.
Because it was just like, yes, like when you think about Amazon out there, you gonna win with the numbers. Like it's
the volume.
When it's a consistent amount of numbers there,
it's jumping.
Like it's just like the dudes that weren't necessarily the most attractive motherfuckers, but would just ask every bitch out.
I got holler monsters.
But they would always have a new girl they was fucking with because they numbers was up there.
Yeah.
Stupid numbers.
That's what I done learned. Like,
bro, look, you saw that nigga punch his fist trying to hit me, huh? I just dapped my nigga. He was like,
I'm gonna get one.
I'm like, I want to dap him and hit that nigga in the mouth. But bro, but real talk, like, I know motherfuckers, bro, I had big old linemen in college and shit. They were big niggas, so they ain't give a fuck. Yeah. They at the party, whatever. Shoot. One of my homeboys who do security now, Big Cook. Yeah. I don't give a fuck, dog. From a 10 on down to a 2, says, and his numbers was up there, and he always got on straight. When you be like
shooting a shot
because his numbers is up there. His numbers, his volume up there. Big Cook, I love you, boy. That nigga numbers up there. So that's the thing. Whereas like sometimes if you think, you know what I'm saying, man, you know what I'm saying, good. You may only say something to 2 or 3. And out of that 2 or 3, maybe one be something Meanwhile, he got 4, 5 rotating through him through the week, but he didn't ask about 50.
Hey, that was an episode on King of the Hill with Boomhauer where he was trying to show Bobby how to get women or whatever. Yeah. And so he went with him for the day. Yeah. And he was like, and he just basically went up to every single female he saw, bro. But he was knocking them off. Like, he might get slapped like 5 times. One go, knock him off in the bathroom. Yeah. He might get slapped another 5 times. Yeah. So all you do is just talk to everybody. Like, man. I don't talk to everybody.
The numbers up there, bro.
It is.
The numbers up there. And that's what, like, yeah.
So it's like you gotta be with your business. Like just take every opportunity. Every time somebody say something, like, okay, what's up,
bro?
What's everybody. Up? Like I got somebody inbox the other day because they doing real estate, but they like really they doing like gentrification in the hood, but they it's black owned, but you know he doing it and he like named the design after one of his teachers when he was at Eisenhower or whatever. So I just like what he doing. You feel me? It feel like a legacy thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It feel like a legacy.
Is it legacy?
I want to do that. I want to secure my son.
What is the Queen Child Project?
Like, I want to do a Queen Child Project.
Right.
Like, I want to name a design after my son. Or
the QCB.
So I'm like, hey, bro, like if you need me just to pick up trash, if you need me to scout location, whatever you need me to do, you know what I'm saying? I'll do it. Like take a master class and learn from whatever, bro. Like just let me know. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, for sure. They just like the fact that I come at him, I just check in with him. Like, hey, bro, you need me to do something?
That's how you do.
You need me just to go across town, just to and
that's
then
how you
come
do.
Back, whatever.
That's how you do, bro. I like so in LA. I check every producer, director, those folks that I know like personally. Mm-hmm. I just say, hey, what's up, big dog? It's Shondo. Just checking in with you, man. Hey, Shondo. Hey, just so happy you could hit me up, man. You want to do? And it just goes from there. I just check. I'm always, hey, what's going on, big dog? And it's not and. It's good that you said what you said because a lot of people out there think of, man, I ain't finna be like, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's not even about that. It's about understanding that, just like what we were talking about earlier with the algorithm and with all that. When you have certain people, because I know like myself, I meet a lot of people. So if I met you a year ago, right, and you were really good at X. Right. But it was a year ago when I met you, so I met X amount of people in between that time that were good at that. Mm-hmm. If I don't hear from you again and you just pop up 2 years later and be like, hey, this is such and such, it's gonna take me a second to be like,
out of sight, all right, right. Out of sight, out of mind.
But if every now and then you send that, hey, what's good, my boy? Just wanted you to see, I got my new website up, I got this, whatever.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I forget this book, what it's called, but it's about like this salesman. But he wrote a book called like The Greatest Salesman Ever, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Bro, that's an old book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
talking about being a door-to-door salesman.
Yeah, but no, wait. See, he ended up being a car salesman. But he was a bump. Like he had fell off nothing. He was like in his 30s. He had to really start from nothing. He just started a car dealership that was doing no numbers.
Yeah.
And basically, what he was doing, bro, was every opportunity. Like he called every name. Every time he followed up on every call.
Yeah.
All the things nobody else wanted. He was like
it's a book.
It's a book, man. I forget the name of this book. I think it's called The Greatest Salesman.
I was thinking of a book where the dude he's talking about how he goes door to door. So I never heard of the one with
speaking like at colleges and all kind of. He done becoming like a world renowned dude.
So he was taking every at bat.
That's like from the book. That's what he's talking about. Like bro, he was leaving no stone. He would check if you say no to a car now.
Yeah,
he checking back 3 months later. Yeah, he just touching. Touching.
But if you think about it,
and being actionable.
Yeah.
I think you said on episode 5, 6, 7, whatever it was. But one of the things that you was talking about is. When you was going to Atlanta and just driving and just making
I pull up on your ass.
Yeah, see,
I pull up on your ass.
Somebody called you guys.
Exactly. In that same story you talking about Will Smith. It's like, like if the opportunity is right there, take it right there. That was a cold story.
Bro, I listened to that motherfucker like 5 times.
Yeah.
All the way through. Because it was just like, damn. Because that shit's so true. In LA, if you got the opportunity to do or say something right now. Right now. Motherfucker say something right now, and that's why I told you when I talk to anybody, I'm giving them 10. Because they may be like, ooh, he's a bit much. Or they could be like, because they always know if they need you to tone down, they can tone you down. Yeah. If they like, hey, for this right here, like, let's do it like that, but not so. And it's like, okay. Because it's aggressive. Okay, cool. Let's be about a 9 then. But if you come in there at a 5, they like, well, we'll go with somebody else that can already be a 9 or a 10.
That's true, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
start off.
It's easy to
give it to them.
It's easy to turn. It's easy to do that. It's even for what we doing right now. If we got energy, damn near arguing. Yeah. He trying to slip me and hit me with the. But if we
the narrative.
But if we we get shadow banned in his own. We don't want that, bro.
Right.
But it's like. We got energy, dog, because we passionate about this shit. I mean, the cameras are here, but to be honest, if no cameras were here, we'd be having the same passionate combo. So the whole thing is that you stay engaged in that because our energy is up. But if it was like, man, but I don't really think that that's true, bro.
Yeah, you're trying to be professional. Like,
right.
It's a podcast.
Like, whatever.
So let's make sure
like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Bring it. Right. You know, one of the things so I went to school in Virginia, but I'm from California. But a lot of people that went to my university was from New York. And what's crazy, what I always say about a lot of the New York cats is, one of the things they used to say, and I went to school in 2003.
Right.
Freshman year. The one thing they always said, man, I don't want to go hard. I don't want to be a go hard. Right. That was like the saying back then.
Right.
And for me, it was an attitude that I'm like, why are you not going to go hard? Like, bro, give it all you got. Like, I don't want to be a go hard.
They made it
like cool.
They don't want to be.
They made it to look lame.
Cool to be.
They made it lame.
That's
they made it lame.
That's kind of brand. Like, it's like. To be like excellent, to like strive, is like you ain't cool enough to just skate and like.
But that's why it's always like I like having the opportunity in person if they not looking at it online. But I like the ability to change the narrative just with what we're talking about. Because throughout this whole conversation, we didn't talk about none of the narrative that that's probably trending right now. And I don't have a problem tapping into what's trending if that's a marketing tactic for us to get more people to engage.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a marketing tactic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's not if it's a tactic, we will tap into it. That's why, bro. That's why I fuck with
the game,
bro.
Know the game.
I fuck with that nigga 50 Cent hard.
Yeah, I do too.
Let me tell you why. Because the nigga understands the game.
He does, yeah.
50th Law. Like, if you haven't...
I got that book here.
50th Law, bro. He got with Robert Greene, who wrote 48 Laws of Power, and they wrote 50th Law. So it's basically the 48 Laws of Power, but it's like through his eyes with the urban, like, style to it.
You know that story I like? When he had that beef in the hood, and he knew... If he like did some like traditional, I'm gonna go shoot it up type things, it would get the block too hot and it would stop money. Yeah. So what he did was he had Tony Yayo go shoot up one of the dude's cars when nobody was in it, but he had him shoot up the car, but it was an intimidation thing.
This after he had already got hit? Or before?
I think this was before he got hit.
Okay.
It was before he got hit.
Okay.
So it was like, he had his thing going, but he was young.
Yeah.
Running it. So
yeah.
But then kind of disrespectful. So he's like, okay, I know I ain't gonna go head to head because it's gonna get the block too high.
This after they killed that Jermaine, the main guy who he talked about, he got shot in the head.
I don't know if it.
You know,
is that the dude? If he went and he came behind him or what?
I believe so because it was like all of them were like working for Jermaine.
Okay, this might
on the thing.
It has to be after that.
Yeah,
it has to be after that.
If he was a big dog,
because he was sitting Yayo to go do.
Okay, yeah, it was after
like,
that.
Just go shoot up that car.
Yeah.
Like, because he felt like they ain't got the strength, but I just can't get into it with them lower levels, getting it hot. You feel me?
You right. That's what. So I believe that's what happened. Now. It's good. It's good. I listen to the audio. I mean, if you listen to whichever one. But it was a dude named Jermaine who was like the main dope dealer in their neighborhood. And I think the reason that he did it like how you saying it is because of what happened to Jermaine.
Right.
And he knew he had to play the game different than how Jermaine played it. He was just a brute force. I think, brute force motherfucker. Yeah. But it's dope because even now, like with what 50 be talking about when he talks about with the actor that plays Tommy, like they were having some combo on the thing, and he was like, "Man, shit, I need to put you on the front of the fucking poster." You know what I mean? Because just understanding like his character, what it represents, how many more white fans it brings in, and like just that type of shit. Not being and your boy Ray Dalio said people arguing about like what the world should be versus what the world is. He just did. He put a post up on that like a week or two ago. But it's like that's what it is in the game. We can either be mad at what we think it should be or try to maximize on what it is.
Exactly.
And that's what he was talking about. But 50 has that motherfucker. He's great at doing that, bro. He's diversified across a lot. He's ABC now, bro. Like,
he got
come on, dog. Like
from what he did with the liquor, the effing vodka, and what he did with that, and then sold that. But
you know, he took his little losses.
Marketing
but
genius.
He never stopped.
Yeah,
like you don't lose when you take a loss.
Nope.
You don't lose when you stop.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Like, it ain't no finality to it.
Period.
Like, and that's why it's so great to be a male. I mean, I'm not trying to make it a gender thing, but you know what I'm saying? It's just so great to be a man who has that understanding because, you know, a lot of times we'll get down on ourselves because, you know, we judge by accomplishments or what we doing or what our bag look like or what our, you know what I'm saying? We get judged basically on appearances and how well we able to defend or protect or provide. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's good to know, like, hey, man, if I take a shot here and it don't work, I can just keep taking my shots, bro. Just keep starting, keep going, bro. Like, don't stop, bro. Please don't stop. No matter if they hate me. They hated 50. They talk noise. Now they admire him.
Right.
You feel me? It goes ways. It's ways.
It ebbs and flows.
His emotion is so removed from all those decisions.
Right. That's why
it's all business.
That's why I fuck
exactly. I know that's
because it was how we were talking about before. Like, shit. This is what we're being presented with as far as the game. I'm finna maximize this game. And like I say, I respect all opinions because if you passionate about it, nigga, you feel a certain way.
Right.
Just like I feel a certain way, just like you feel a certain way. But I love the way 50 makes the decisions because it's just like, this is what it is. Like, Stars is this type of network. He does a great job on diversifying the cast to where it ain't just ghosts going against black gangsters.
Right.
Like, you got the Russian motherfuckers in there. You got the Latino motherfuckers in there. It's just like, this motherfucker's pulling so many. He's pulling all the ethnicities together on one fucking show, but still keeping the same gangster tone to it.
Right.
This shit is fucking genius.
And even some of the posts that he do, like the controversy that he has,
bro,
to put more heat on whatever show.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They just know how to stimulate.
Exactly.
You gotta know how to press a button, stimulate, but pull.
Exactly.
You know, that's
to play cool.
Right.
Pull a little bit. Yeah. But that's the game he played though. Like, that's what I mean, people say what they want to about 45, but I mean, like, Trump, like, that's all he did. Like, the dude came from the outside, no political background. He just pushed and pulled people for like 30 years till they was like, that's what I'm saying. I guess he could be the president. That's like really a groundbreaking. Like, to me, his presidency is really groundbreaking to me because, like, okay, anybody could be president.
Right.
You gotta talk about
right.
Like somebody had to go to Harvard to be on a law review and do all that. Like, that ain't just a regular person.
Right.
You know? Like, just anybody could be president. Like a shady person or a person with all their opinions, or maybe they pass they squeaky clean.
Yeah.
He opened that door.
But that's what, like, that's why when you look at stuff like that, and we had the kids stuff, right?
and we were putting the kids stuff in schools. And I'm going into meetings and shit like that, not necessarily a kid's development background, none of that type of stuff, but they love the product. They love my presentation of the product. And I go back and I think about all of these people that just say went to school for early childhood development and all that type, so they could try to create a program. We've been in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, that's what that presidency did. It was like, listen, you're thinking that it's about the morals or the fabric of the culture and shit. When you went to them colleges and they were asking who you voting for, they yelled out, "You're fired." You know who we're voting because all they remember was the show.
He was able to get to your psyche because he just made sure he was constant. He was just constant.
The show, bro.
The show. He did the show, but remember rappers used to shout like everybody
shouted him out.
But rappers always like, hey, Jay and all them, you kept you in the Trump Tower. You catch me in the Trump Tower, bro. Before you stole out. Whatever, bro. Like,
Nicki Minaj, the hotel, Ivanka. Like,
everybody want to reimagine.
Want to rehash what it is.
Nigga, they got the tapes. They got the phone.
Listen, when I look at it, I just look at it for what it is, and that's the game. That's understanding who the fuck is out there, who the audience is, what can ruffle their feathers, and what can excite the base of the people who I'm fucking with. That's all the shit is. That's the way the whole game is played. Just like with anything. Like you always say, it ain't for everybody.
Right.
It ain't gonna be for everybody. But sometimes it don't have to be for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's better if it's not for everybody, to be real.
That's true.
You're going to stand on what you're really about, and you'll take the negativity with you.
That's true.
Like, you just got to be able to take the other side, the criticism. Some people give me, like, that's the thing about Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant could be such just a transcendent, like, he could be on that GOAT conversation, but he cares too much about what people say about him. So he'll sell himself short to try to take a shortcut instead of going through the fire and dealing with it on his own. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel the same way about Kevin Hart. Like, people that want to be too political, too on the fence, not one way or the other. They're worried about their reputation. They got to respond to every negative thing that happens in their life. Like, oh, I don't want to upset this group of people. I don't want Bro, if you just walk in your truth, 100%, you can be yourself all the time.
But see, that's what they're talking about. That goes back to like that whole, like, are you selling out? That's not like a sellout. Ain't like if you're with this certain group of people based on superficial things. Sellout mean like, will you not take a stand on anything you believe on because you just want to make sure you can get the money? Like, I understand you want to get the money and you want to be in the game and play by the rules and say, hey, okay, well, this is how you got to be. If I want to get the biggest bag possible, I can't take stances no way or this way because that's just how the game is. Right. Like, I have to play the middle so I can get bags from both sides. But the only, but like you saying, I know kind of where you're going. Like, but you get kind of bland and lost because you ain't standing on nothing.
But think about all the people. Think about the people that do it their way and kept true to themselves. Right. I think of people like Snoop. Snoop will smoke on anybody's radio station, like he is who he is.
And everybody came to him.
They came to him like he's in all these new commercials. And all like he can be himself.
But let me tell you the beautiful part and the genius of a Snoop.
Right.
He made that all a part of the package you get with him.
Right. Exactly. That's what everybody should do. In my opinion.
I know. I agree. It's just that sometimes when those people get on the fringes with certain stuff, they really don't know which way to go. And to be real, in their defense, Kevin Hart's defense, all these people, bruh, these are first time millionaires
for sure.
in their family.
That pressure crazy.
So you gotta understand when you're looking at somebody who is from money, Trump, different people, you can say whatever the
fuck. That's a good point.
That is.
So I'm just telling you, like when you looking at people like a Kevin Hart, it's kind of like I feel what you're saying, but it's hard to get down on him because this is the first nigga in the family with the bread, with the bag.
100%. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's always the outliers.
Yeah, but
the Cardi B's of the world that say some outlandish stuff.
But her whole persona is that though.
But she was who she was from the get. Like
no, but
even when she was coming up, when she was on like Love and Hip Hop and the little things, like she was.
But that was her character.
That was her character.
But again, that was her authentic self.
No, but what I'm saying is that they have different.
I agree. I definitely agree with what you're saying.
We understand, and I don't give if you agree or not agree. Ladies can say things a lot different.
Yeah, they don't pay
than if a guy says it. You see what I'm saying? So when you looking at a Kevin Hart, if he chooses
Yeah, she'll be seen as a strong woman for taking a
Exactly.
He'll be like, oh, you're this or you're that. You're it.
Exactly. The gay tweet or whatever he had come up with 2010 or some shit. Yeah, so it's like it's a different.
You'll be seen strong if you take a stance as a
right. So I can understand
when you say that, and I definitely understand and agree with it. But then I look at somebody in this same arena as far as profession as a comedian. I look at the Dave Chappelle's that get on SNL or one of his latest Netflix and just say some outlandish stuff, and you like. Damn, how come Kevin Hart or whoever, like, not that he has to, because he does. He can be in the role that he wants to, but when you see somebody like a Dave Chappelle that's like, you know what? This is me. This is my content. This is how I feel. These are jokes. I'm not going to apologize for something. That's that example. But Kevin Hart can do whatever you want, and I can't agree or disagree. I see his point. And you made an excellent point. First millionaire, multi-millionaire, no telling how high he's going to get and where he's going with the levels that he's reached. But then I look at someone that can just be the authentic self at all the time, and you can't go against.
But he paid the price. But hold on. But listen though. This is the thing. With the stuff that I do, it's in several different areas. Okay, so with what Kevin Hart is doing, it's not just comedy. It's stuff that's in a lot of different areas.
That's very true as well.
That is a part of a lot of different people.
You got partnerships.
You got kid cartoon, so it's like Netflix. You're not. He got a lot of people. He's not just thinking about me on stage and what I'm saying.
He's a business.
What's the ramifications of what I'm saying with my partnership with? And I don't know if this is true or not. With Chase, who may have a gay chairman that I do business with.
That's a fact.
What made they? What?
That's true.
That comment.
That's very true.
Have to say, you see what I'm saying? So it's like
when a lot of people are riding. I don't want to say riding your back, but.
Nigga, ride your motherfucking back.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they when you are doing a lot for a lot of people and you have a lot of different partners that rely on you, I can step back and say, you know what?
And you wear a lot of different hats.
I see why you have to take that approach because you have this over here, that over here. Like, we talk about the octopus and the 8 different businesses. He probably got 24 different businesses.
Because he got the businesses and then stuff that's spun off of all type of shit, bro.
That's a lot of families he's taking care of. If you
so it's difficult when you looking at it because at first it's like, why the fuck wouldn't you just give your opinion? But then when you really think about it, it's like, hold on. First of all, this is the first nigga to get money. Number one. Number two, he's got a lot of different alliances. Because once you start making your way up that ladder in the game, you make alliances. Just like when you watch things about Rome, things about the Mongols, everybody, there are alliances that are made. Not necessarily no secret society alliance. I'm just talking about these are if this man is a gay guy, right, and he's the head of whoever I'm doing business with. Even if I'm not trying to like go around and tiptoe, I'm just thinking about him as my homeboy. Like if he was in the audience, would he laugh at that shit? Right. Maybe he's thinking about it like that. So I'm just saying,
definitely have to.
It's a but.
When you went back to I was thinking about Game of Thrones just now when you said that because alliances you make.
Bro, they on that motherfucker like.
Remember, old boy, I forgot the son. He had made a promise he was gonna marry old daughter.
And then he broke it. And then he came back.
He died at the red wedding. Like that's
what happened.
Another visual way to say like you planted different seeds at different places.
You can't just throw your word out there.
No.
Facts. And then you make commitments. Then you can't go back and be like, well, fuck the commitment. Because I'm saying this, I'm doing that. So, that's a good point.
Because the thing is, you can say it, but then all of a sudden you lose the deal. So it's like, okay, I was militant in what I wanted to say, but the deal, it's one of them gotcha.
It's like where you at,
you know what I'm saying? It's a gotcha
like where you at. Like you say, like that ain't to be able to say what he want to say now. He had to turn down 40 million.
Right.
So they be like, okay, well,
it's 50.
Right.
Yeah, 50 or something. That's what I'm saying. So he had to come back, but like even on that same point, now he said his opinion, right? And he was lauded, right? But then the white guy came on there on SNL. I forgot his name, and he did something like I have to look it up, man. And he did a joke similar, but he was saying his opinion. So he was talking about women, and you know, and everybody was like, "Oh, he should be canceled," and all that. Is it Bill Maher?
Oh, you talking about
comedian?
Yeah, comedian. He's on SNL. Yeah,
I saw it. I can't remember. It was skinny white guy.
Yeah, he had red hair, kind of.
I can't remember his name. I know you're talking about.
I think
see the thing about with Dave stuff, it's not necessarily about just like a certain joke or subject matter. Remember, it was from way back on Comedy Central when he was doing certain content. And people were on the side before he would shoot, like laughing at certain stuff.
I remember that part.
And he was in his brain like, Why you laughing so hard? So it became more of where he felt like, oh, you laughing at
and not with.
Yeah. And not with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when it came, that was the whole
turn on that first bag.
That was the whole thing. It was like at the actual on set, it was just like the vibe was just like, hold on, it's almost like you laughing at this, like you laughing at me and at like that type of shit. So it kind of it changed his mind about it, and then it was something to do with the money. I forget what it was.
Well, he didn't.
I think they went to put the dress.
No.
He didn't know none of it.
No. I think it was.
He wasn't getting paid.
I think he was trying to get a certain chunk because they had made 90 or 100 million, and I think he was trying to get a bigger chunk or something like that.
Like a couple of weeks ago, he was just on there talking about don't watch.
Because he wasn't getting paid for it.
He wasn't getting paid, like not even that. He didn't get paid from back when the show was running.
Yeah.
He told the accountants that you may not have been there when this was going on, but go downstairs to your accounting department.
Right.
Look at the books, see what the show made, and see what I got paid.
Yeah. That's
black and white right there.
Wow. Yeah. That shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. But that's like I say, first of all, shout out to him for just knowing that aspect of the game and having people to go in there and look at that shit and not just being like, that's a loss that was happening. Yeah. And some of it is going to have to be a loss that was taken because I'm sure some of it is contractual, but other stuff he may be able to sue, recoup on, and all that type of shit.
Because he got his money up now.
Bro, and that's the thing. To fight it, you got to have resources.
Yep.
Because if you don't got no resources, you hoping somebody gonna pro bono your shit.
So whoever got the biggest pockets,
that's what we goes to the game.
When I went back and watched the Founders with the McDonald's store,
yeah, you watched it.
You saw his money was too long. He was like,
that's they allowed him to get in.
You're right, but we can go to court.
Once he got in, they gave him that certain control, and he switched the whole business model, and they was just sitting there trying to make little burgers.
Yeah.
It was too late.
Yeah.
So bro, you can try. I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna try.
And that's why when we talked earlier, and we were talking about you could have been started. Think about all the stuff he's learning while he's building his business. All the shit I'm learning while I'm building my businesses. All the shit he's learning bro, you could have been started. Whatever that start is. That's the whole point of what we talking about today. We didn't goddamn argue. We didn't talk about Kevin Hart. We didn't talk about a bunch of shit. But the whole point of what we talking about is that you could have been started whatever you were going to do. Whether you talking about this podcast that we here doing, when we said we were finna go, we went.
Right.
You could have already started. Whatever you got in your fucking brain to do, you could have already started it. Stop thinking into this shit so much and just get that shit going, bro. Because it's stifling us right now.
Yeah.
Pride is stifling us. Go ahead.
No. I feel you totally. It's stifling. Damn, that's a good ass word.
But it is, my nigga. Think about what we talked about before, where it was you said motherfuckers don't want to be the go hard dude or whatever that. You have to understand what the game is. The game is about presentation first. If you present yourself as a certain way, you don't get asked certain questions that somebody else gonna get asked. So you have to understand the way it goes. You gotta understand the way it goes.
When we was at Shark Town, I took. Then they had this one class, it was an elective or whatever.
Okay.
Socials. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, one thing she talked about, it's the only thing I ever took from that class. To be real with you. But she was like, a first impression. It takes 20 subsequent meetings to overwrite that first meeting you have with somebody.
I believe it.
And what are the odds of you seeing that same person 20 more times if your first impression was trash? You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're not gonna get them chances no more. So I'm like,
That's
but
real.
that could work. But if you look at it in a positive way,
that could work to your advantage.
If I come through with the presentation right first time, I got credibility.
Exactly. So you may forgive other stuff coming up
because
that I'm not so good at.
In my mind, this guy's like this. So
Period.
Yeah.
So
that's so like you talk about, you gotta start off on 10.
You got to. You gotta start on 10. You gotta give it to them. First out the gate, you gotta give it to them. And then anything under that, they know you can do.
Right.
If we come in here with it, I'm passionate about this shit. This motherfucker passionate about it. He passionate. So it's gonna be hype lit. So if you do that and whatever you doing, if you go ahead and get the fuck started, stop thinking about that shit so much. Stop thinking about what has to be done and I don't have this in place yet or that in place. Because I'm going to be honest with you. You got to go through all the bullshit and make the mistakes first anyway.
Have to.
He got to make the mistakes. I'm making the mistakes.
I've been making the mistakes. I like 30%.
So I'm just saying, you got to go through it. If you think you finna start that bitch tomorrow and it's already going to be like rocking and rolling, you mistaken.
All right, facts.
So the whole, if he,
so that first impression needs to be you're somebody.
Bro, it need to be 1,000. It need to be 1,000.
Yeah, it need to be like I'm going hard.
It need to be 1,000.
Every opportunity, like I'm for real with it. Like I'm not just telling you this is that. I'm looking at it. I'm going. I made a mistake, but I'm going.
It must be 1,000.
Yeah, that's how you got to.
If I feel like if it's not 1,000, then people around you first aren't gonna take it seriously to even support the ride. You know what I mean? But on top of that, motherfuckers gonna be like, "You not about shit anyway. You been talking about this for years." I don't know, Melly, man. What you think, bro? Like, you know, we've been doing a bunch of talking.
Bro, we did a lot, but we talked earlier getting the game.
Yeah.
At one point in the podcast, but now just get started. Just do it. Like, if you sit here procrastinating, waiting for the perfect opportunity, you waiting for like people that are working out. You know, obviously we just into a new year now. Got a New Year resolution. I'm gonna start on Monday. Bro, Monday is today. Monday is whatever day it is right now. Just start. Yes. Just let it happen.
Start,
bro. It's not going to be perfect.
No.
The first time.
No, it's not.
It's not supposed to be perfect the first time.
If you don't get started, how the fuck are you going to see anything?
Right. You'll be in the same place anyway, whether you failed or if you don't start. Your fear of failure, you're gonna already have failed because your ass ain't never started.
It's gone. Like
so you stuck in the same. You can't even got no control on your situation.
You could have already started, but the good news is you can start today.
Today, baby.
Start today.
Get started today. The past is the past.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's right now, baby. Get started right now. You know where you at, man. You could have been anywhere in the world. You here on the 1% Better Everyday Podcast, man. I'm your boy Shondo Blades.
Melly Mel.
You know what I mean?
DJ winning, we get 1% better, man.
Every day. And we out this bitch, man.
Peace.
Let's go.